Hi, everyone. My name is Jennifer D. Tracy, and I'm looking forward to speaking with you today about the benefits of AdvoCare. Someone has asked you to watch this webinar and learn a little bit more about how you can decide what is the best fit for you. It might be taking your health to the next level. It might be that you want to improve your performance. It might be that you just want to be part of a leadership culture, that you want to be part of a place where you're lifted up and where there is like-minded people that you can surround yourself with. And we're going to share a lot of different things for you. And it really is a menu of choices for you to choose from. And the goal is for you to be able to make an educated decision about what is best for you. And so as I share my screen with you, I want you to think about where you are and what you're looking for that brought you to this webinar. And I'm going to talk to you a little bit about my story to start out with, because I want you to see in the past 12 years as I've been a part of AdvoCare, really what's happened for me and for my family. And it all started with results. None of the other solutions, goals I've achieved, milestones I've been able to reach with AdvoCare as a pathway would have happened if I didn't love how I felt on our products. And so I started out at 18% body fat, working out regularly, eating healthy, and then AdvoCare came into my life, and in 3.5 months, I was able to drop my body fat in half and say, wow, I didn't change anything but nutritional support from AdvoCare, and I had such a dramatic difference in how I felt and how I looked. That is what made me decide, amongst other things that I'll get into, because I was a single mom at the time. I was working 2 jobs. I was working very hard, but had never found a way to work smart. Once I got results, I saw that I could share this with others. And that is certainly not an obligation for any of you. I always like to start out by saying that AdvoCare and sharing AdvoCare is a privilege, but never an obligation. And so the first thing we want to start out with is taking your health to the next level. What does a better version of you, not anyone else, no comparisons, but what does a better version of you look like? And then you can see on the screen that, I'll just be really transparent with you. My first paycheck with AdvoCare was $8.46. And so it was me saying, I want to create more time freedom with my family. I want to be out of debt. I was $70,000 in debt. I want to be healthy. I want all these things for my life, but it's going to take work. It's going to take time, and it's going to take a community that helps me learn some things that maybe I didn't already know. And so let's really get into, I'm going to start out with results, because I think that this is the cornerstone. This is the foundation of everything that we stand on in AdvoCare. We have to help people get healthier. And so to me, when I started, I had a background in nutrition. And so I wanted to see the science. I wanted to see, is this safe? Can I count on it? Who is backing it? And I started to look at the science behind the products. And that was the Scientific and Medical Advisory Board. And I looked at these doctors really for credibility. I wanted to see if they were just some doctor that got a medical degree, or what they did in the medical industry. And what I saw was diversity. I saw world-class toxicologists. I saw world-class surgeons. I saw the founder of the Male Health Clinic. I saw William J. Kramer, that you see on your screen, who won the Lifetime Achievement Award from the American College of Sports Medicine. I saw Stanley Dudrick, who was one of the pioneers of intravenous feeding back in the 1950s. And so immediately I started to feel confident that I could trust what I was putting in my body. And then I started to look at what I call brand awareness. Now, safety is a little bit more important to me, but a lot of people want to know, well, who uses this and how long have they used it? And AdvoCare is 26 years strong and has partnerships with Major League Football or Major League Soccer. We're the official sports drink for Major League Soccer. We're affiliated with collegiate football and professional football and tennis and NASCAR. And you're going to see AdvoCare a lot of the places you are if you're in any of those sports arenas. You're also going to see that many of Advocare's products have this stamp of approval, and it's called informed choice. And informed choice is an outside, unbiased testing facility that makes sure that our products are tested for over 200 banned substances and impurities, so that Olympic athletes and professional athletes, and yes, the everyday you and me, can trust what we're putting in our bodies. So this was something that was really important to me. I believe our body is our temple. It is the absolute most important asset that we all own. And I want to be sure that what I'm putting in my body and what I'm recommending to others is safe, effective, and credible. And so this was very important to me. Now, our national spokesperson, when we look at football and we look at professional football, is Drew Brees. And I just want to point out the quote that he says on the bottom, because when he broke the 500 passes, I'm trying to sound like I really understand football and I'm this big football fan, but I know about this much. But I do know that Drew is who he is off the field as much as he is who he is on the field. And one of the things that he said is that you can accomplish anything in life you're willing to work for. He actually said this to his son after that 500th pass to be in the touchdown club, the 500 pass touchdown club. And so as we move forward in what we're going to share with you, I want you to think about that, whether it's your nutrition, whether it's a goal for getting out of debt, your finances. Maybe you're looking at Advocare as something that can be on the side as a supplemental income, or maybe you're looking for something more significant. But we truly believe here that anything in life that you're willing to work for is something that you can have. And so as we're moving forward, 70%, statistics show that 70% of Americans are overweight. And of those 70% of Americans that are overweight, 70% of those are seeking nutritional support in the form of supplements. And so even though I just showed you all these athletes and I showed you that we're affiliated with so many different professional sports arenas, I want you to know that really we just want to look better. We want to feel better. We want to perform better. And a lot of that for 70% of America is wanting to lose weight. So I want to focus here tonight, and I want you to know that everyone that decides to engage in Advocare at any level has the opportunity to become what's called a preferred customer. And a preferred customer is getting you a savings on everything you do for $20 a year. You can get a 20 to 30% discount. And we're going to talk about our program, the Slim&Trim 28 right now. And I am going to start with stories of success with Advocare products. So I would love to bring my good friend, Cynthia Pena, on and have her share. Cynthia, can you share with everyone, I know when Advocare came into your life, the products were transformational. And so as we start to talk about weight loss and start to talk about the Slim&Trim, can you share with everyone your success and your results?
Yeah, absolutely. Can you hear me okay?
I can.
All right, perfect. Well, I'm really grateful for the opportunity to share my story. I was introduced by actually Jen and her husband, Nate, when I was 23 years old in 2007. And I walked into a gym, and for those of you guys that saw Jen's arms in her introduction picture, she is hands down one of the fittest women that you will ever meet. And so I walked into this gym, a girl that had struggled with her weight most of her young adult life. I saw her, I said, I want to do whatever she's doing. And so they taught me how to eat, how to fuel my body properly, how to utilize these supplements. And as a result of that, I've lost 30 pounds. I did so in 90 days, and I've kept my weight off now for 12 years. I'm 35 years old now. And so this picture that you see here is the comparison, because I had tried on a shirt that fit me really well, and I felt so comfortable. And I was like, you know what, let me do a comparison of when I started my journey and a 12-year comparison. So when you're looking for something that is going to give you sustainable results, that is a lifestyle and isn't a shake-based, but a nutrition-based coaching program, this is absolutely something that I would recommend for you to listen in as we're teaching you about the Slim and Trim program. Now, the next picture that Jen's going to click on is actually my pastor. This year, in 2018, I had the privilege of helping his wife, Teresa Verdecchio, and then Pastor David Verdecchio jumped on, and combined, they've lost close to 100 pounds as a couple. He's lost over 40, and she has also lost over 40 pounds. But and then because they made that decision, combined in their church house, they've lost close to 300 pounds all total. And so they have more energy, they feel amazing. And really and truly, when you look at pictures like these, you can see that people are aging in reverse. And that for us has been a huge, huge, huge movement, like a call to people that you can healthily age by taking care of yourself with proper nutrition, elite supplementation, hydration, rest, and all of the pillars of health that we might be discussing tonight. So Jen, thank you so much for allowing me to share. I really appreciate it.
Oh, thank you. And congratulations on 12 years of sustainability. And I think that is such an important point to point out, because anyone can lose weight, right? We can starve ourselves and lose weight. We can do the next fad diet and we can lose weight. But truly becoming healthy from the inside out and losing weight and sustaining that weight loss for over 12 years, that is what people are looking for. And so I'm going to talk about some of the Slim and Trim products in between each story so that you can learn about what these products are doing in your body. And the first one is the metabolic nutrition system. And this is the foundation. This is the core foundation of the nutrition that your body needs. It's a high potency multivitamin, multimineral. It's omega-3 fatty acids. It is botanicals and herbals that are going to help with boosting your metabolism, with your appetite, with your energy. It's everything you need to keep your immune system strong. And there's calcium and magnesium and vitamin D. And there's so many things. I call this the kitchen sink. And so really what you need to decide when you're getting started is, what is the right level for me? You can see 3 levels on your screen: 3, C, and E. 3 is where we recommend most people get started because it has the most core foundational nutrition, and about out of a 1 to 10, about a 5 on appetite control, and about a 5 on energy, and a 10 on the nutrition scale and what your body needs. And then the C is going to be a little bit higher on appetite control. So we're going to go from maybe a 5 to a 10 on controlling your food choices and appetite control. And then the MNSE is for energy. And so really you only want to choose this one if you're someone who is extremely sluggish, really needing to boost your energy, and not sensitive to stimulant in any way, because the goal here is to really boost metabolism as much as possible and boost energy, in addition to providing the core foundational nutrition. And so let's move on and let's share some more stories, because I want you to see yourself in some of these stories, hopefully, that you're going to hear tonight. And Taylor Simmons, I know it's your 1-year anniversary with AdvoCare, or at least you just hit your 1-year anniversary, and Cynthia's was 12 years. So I felt like we should get you on and share a little bit about what's happened for you in the last year. Are you there, Taylor?
Yes, I'm here.
Wonderful. Share a little bit about this picture we see on the screen here.
Yeah, so my journey really started 20 years ago. I was diagnosed with a thyroid condition, and so most of my life has just been struggling with my health. I've always been deficient in vitamins and minerals, which has caused me to be really tired, and I've relied on a lot of caffeine and naps to get through my life. And then worst of all, I just kept gaining weight, diet after diet. I've never really been able to lose weight. So it was about a year ago, a friend started a program. She was having such great results that she encouraged me to try it, and I gave it a shot. I was really surprised. Just a few days in, I already started feeling better. I had more energy, and before I knew it, the weight just really started falling off. So it's been a year, and I've lost 51 pounds. And just to give a little perspective on that, I spent the prior 5 years dieting, and after doing this forever, it resulted in a grand total of 15 pounds lost. So 50 pounds in 1 year was like, oh my gosh, I was so excited. So on top of that, I actually went back to my doctor and I had the first normal blood work I've ever had in my whole life, which neither one of us could believe that. So now I'm jumping into the Slim&Trim and I'm ready to continue my journey and help other people do exactly what I was able to do.
Wonderful. Thank you so much for sharing, and congratulations. You must not just look amazing, but I know you're feeling amazing. So we're so happy for you.
Thank you.
Well, one of the products that Taylor has been taking and that she's going to continue to take on her Slim&Trim is called Slim. Go figure. And what I want to share about Slim is that there's 3 components of Slim. 2 are herbal. One is 120 milligrams of caffeine. And when you look at caffeine, I want you to know that everybody is unique. And some of you drink a lot of caffeine. You might go to a coffee shop several times a day and still feel okay going back for more. And other people take a couple sips of tea and they feel sensitive. There is as much caffeine in Slim as about an 8-ounce cup of coffee. And so everybody knows where their sensitivities are. I have 2 Slims a day and I feel absolutely amazing. And I also am able to control my food choices and control my appetite, as well as give me energy. So the 2 herbal components that are helping with appetite control and helping with energy are Garcinia cambogia and green coffee bean. So really quickly, Garcinia cambogia is a fruit. It's actually a little fruit from Southeast Asia that has something called HCA, hydrocitric acid. And what that does is it helps the body regulate cortisol levels, and it helps carbs not to convert into fat. So if you've ever heard of cortisol is a stress hormone that our body needs and our body produces, but sometimes it produces a little bit too much. And that's been linked to storing extra belly fat and elevated stress levels. And so when we look at Garcinia cambogia, we look at being able to control that cortisol level and lessen the ability of the body to be able to turn carbs into fat. And so we're boosting metabolism, decreasing appetite, and it actually helps with digestion as well. The other component of Slim is going to be your green coffee bean. And it's actually not the coffee bean, it's the piece of the fruit that is the seeds inside the coffee bean. So it's the unroasted piece of the coffee bean. So there's actually no caffeine there, and there's something called chlorogenic acid. And what that does is it helps the metabolic output of our liver to help not absorb as much fat. And so that's helping us to burn more fat. And so this is one of my favorite products. I wanted to elaborate on it a little bit because it's something that truly not only burns fat, but reduces your appetite and gives you energy while you're making good food choices. And so with that said, let's move to one more story. And Roy, now I'm going backwards in time here because we had 12 years. We had a 1-year anniversary, and I believe that you're just hitting about 3 months here, and this is your results that you have been able to see so far. So Roy, tell us a little bit about these 2 pictures. Make sure that, oh, hold on. Okay, try that again. Try that again.
Okay, the picture on the left, I was up to 190 pounds. I'm 30 years old, so I was very active through my 20s, very fit. I did cage fighting, mixed martial arts, and I had 3 kids now. So life kind of just caught up to me, and I started getting heavy. After reconnecting with my buddy Ken from high school through Facebook, he introduced me to Advocare. Got me going on some products, and in 24 days I dropped 10 pounds. My energy levels went back up. I feel great. I'm a construction worker, so it's really hard for me to have an active lifestyle on top of doing my job, and Advocare it's really changed my life. As a result of the products, my wife, she's gotten on products. She's gotten great results too. And the picture on the right side, I'm down to 175 pounds. I've refound a fire in me that I started training jujitsu again. So I'm working towards doing tournaments this year, and I don't think without Advocare I'd be able to do that. It's trained me to have a healthy lifestyle. So I mean, I eat healthier now. I don't work nearly as hard as I had to in my 20s, and just as a result of it, it's been great to help other people and just share it.
I love it. I love it. Well, you know what? I've met your wife before. I've seen her results, and I remember she beat your weight loss by 1 pound. So, we're always in comparison mode here. So, but thank you so much for taking the time to share. We really appreciate it. And I know that one of the products that Roy has been using are the meal replacement shakes you see on your screen. And what I want to share about meal replacement shakes, because they're an important part of the Slim&Trim, is the majority of Americans are either skipping breakfast or having the incorrect ratio of protein and fat and carbohydrates for breakfast. We need all the macronutrients. Macronutrients are our protein, our fat, and our carbohydrates throughout the day. And when you get in the right ratios in the morning, your body is going to break the fast that it had at night. That's what breakfast is for, is to break the fast. Our body will perform better throughout the day. It will lose weight throughout the day. It will allow you to have the energy you need throughout the day when you're getting the right things in the morning. And so this is a 1-to-1 ratio of protein and a slow release carbohydrate with several vitamins and minerals. It's convenient, and you're able to get it in first thing in the morning. So this is a really important part of your program. And then the last piece is called Biocharge. And this is a source of energy without caffeine. You're going to be your Slim. It's going to be the caffeinated version. But this one is not for appetite control. This one is to help you recover and to help reduce stress externally and internally. A lot of people look at Biocharge as something for workouts, and it is excellent for workouts because it has 3 grams of branched chain amino acids. It has berry extracts, which are going to help fight off free radicals. And fighting off free radicals, people ask me, well, what if I just don't produce them? The more you demand of your body, the more you expect your body to do, the more free radicals your body will produce. And so the more antioxidants that we can put in through good fruits and vegetables and berry extracts is going to help the body to recover faster. There's also a caffeine-free source of energy in Biocharge with high levels of B vitamins. And then there is one adaptogen from the Amazon rainforest called cat's claw. It is not a cat's claw per se. It is actually a botanical that it has an adaptogen. When plants protect themselves, they produce adaptogens. And for us, when we extract those adaptogens, it can help us to recover from stresses in the body. And so all of these components are part of Biocharge, and they help with healthy weight loss because they're helping your body to function optimally. And so this is something that you would take once a day. Now, as I'm moving forward, I'm actually going to hand this presentation over to a really good friend of mine that I have been able to have the pleasure of working side by side with for the last 12 years in Advocare. And before I do, I shared with you in the beginning that everyone has the privilege, not the obligation to share Advocare, but the privilege to be able to do so if you choose. And what I saw 12 years ago after I got results is I saw a clear pathway to creating the security that I wanted for my family. Now, only a year ago, I wish they had what you see on your screen 12 years ago, but only a year ago did this Champions Pathway come out. And so when you choose to go from a customer to someone that's going to share Advocare, you can upgrade that $20 account for $40. And then you become able to help others. And when we help you help others, there is a $400 new distributor bonus that as you're increasing your discount that you're able to get. So I hope you can see on the screen here that this Champions Pathway is how you can create short-term income right now today while you're also creating a foundation that will pay you far into the future. And so with that said, Wayne, I would love to turn it over to you and have a couple of stories share so that you can hear from more than me about how AdvoCare can be an opportunity for someone's future financially.
All right, Jen, thanks so much. Hey, everyone, I'm excited to be here with you. And if you're watching the recording, great. My name is Wayne Johnson. My wife, Bethany, and I, we've been doing AdvoCare now for 16 years. And the reason I get so excited is I started January 10th, 2003. So just a few days ago, I had my anniversary. So this is the absolute best time for you to get started. This is the season, and we have everything lined up. I mean, just watching Jen and the stories go through the science and the products. And that's really, for me, the very first day I got started on AdvoCare, the products, I was like, oh my gosh, is this stuff legal? And if I can use this every day, and if I can share this with people around me, I am going to change my life, absolutely. And you can see here my story now, starting back in 2003. I was working as an IT consultant, working long hours, had a six-figure income. And, I did all the things that they say you should do, is go get a good degree, get a good job, start working, do all those things. But I started to realize that I was just kind of falling behind. I didn't have the freedom. And looking down the road 5 years, I saw that, if nothing changes, nothing changes. And so, again, when I heard about the AdvoCare opportunity and then the products got in my body, I jumped forward and got started with, like the Champions Pathway. You saw the same plan that I did back 16 years ago. You can do even faster now today. And you can see the past 16 years, but the last 3 years, it's paid us over $3.2 million, which is unbelievable. But really, as you hear some of these stories, and I'll come back in just a minute after the stories and kind of explain some things that you can do right now, tonight, to get started. So go ahead and pop that next slide up, Jen. Thank you. This is the foundation for AdvoCare, and this is what we call the cash flow quadrant. If you've heard of someone called Robert Kiyosaki, he's a world-renowned wealth builder, entrepreneur, and he talks about there's 4 types of people in the world and how they earn income. They're either employees, they're self-employed, they're business owners, or they're investors. And over on the left side, that's where I was. I was an employee and I was self-employed. And basically over there, you're trading time for dollars, okay? And what AdvoCare allows you to do on a part-time basis, so this business is built part-time, on a part-time basis, you're able to move over into this Plan B and start to build a Plan B business that can pay you a residual income, because we have products that people want to take every single day. Imagine, a coffee shop or a Starbucks. That's, look at the Starbucks drive-through every day. It's usually packed. People want energy. Well, imagine like you had that in the form of our products, because people want our products every day. That's the type of residual income. And so it allows you as an employee, self-employed, to shift over to be the business owner and the investor. And that's what I did the first 5 years. I went from earning zero in January 2003 on a part-time basis. Over 5 years, I was earning $25,000 a month, where I was able to shift over just into that Plan B investor opportunity. But I want to bring on another story of a friend of mine, and he and his wife, they were in the same situation. They live in Oregon now, and they were in the same situation of trading time for dollars. So I'm going to bring on my great friend, Jeremy Cummings. You want to share your story and what you guys saw and have done with AdvoCare. Take it away, Jeremy.
Yeah, Wayne, thank you. Thanks for having me on the call. I'm super grateful. I just look at that cash flow quadrant, and I think about being at Costco, being a manual labor, and I was an employee my whole life, and thinking about doing a business and going through that process of being an entrepreneur. There was a process for me, a lot of personal growth. But again, I started at Costco. I coached back in 2006, and my wife was a teacher and coach, and her friend Sarah shared AdvoCare with her because she was going to be, she wanted to be home with our son in the summer, and there was no other way to do it. And Sarah shared AdvoCare with Tiffany, and she's like, "How do you earn income with that Spark stuff?" Because we've heard of the Spark around the city, And she went for it. $1,500 the first 2 weeks, $8,000 the first 3 months, lost 45 pounds. And I watched her. I watched her for about 2 months. And then I jumped on the products and lost 20 pounds. And then we kind of just, she went back to teaching and coaching after the summer. And it kind of hit our heart that we had this opportunity to share. And, you know, our kids, grandma started being mom, and we're just doing the kids shuffle. And we started being intentional with AdvoCare. And it was, we have all this seed, and AdvoCare is such a gift, and it gives people hope. And it did for me, that we just started sharing that intentionally with one person at a time, and planting those seeds of opportunity and the seeds that people can get healthy. And over those 2.5 years, we planted seeds. And I say all of a sudden, but it wasn't all of a sudden. It was that consistent effort. And then when we went from $1,000 a month to $7,000 a month, and absolutely changed our life. Tiffany got to come home to be with our son. And I came home from Costco in 2011. And it's been absolutely phenomenal. I'm sitting here in Milwaukee, Oregon right now, and living out my dream of time freedom. I'm about to walk in there and coach my kids. There's an elite team that my son's a part of. And I have so much in me to give because of this AdvoCare opportunity, because of the leadership and the growth that I've been through. And there's peaks and valleys in this business. And what happened to me is we went to this peak. We created this time freedom. We got to be with our kids. And now we went back into the valley of growth. And 2019, I'm super excited for. And I'm just grateful that you had me on the call, Wayne. Thank you.
Absolutely. That is so awesome. And to see your family and the champions you guys are raising there too. You guys need one more to catch up with us, so get to work. All right. We'll talk to you later, Jeremy. But,
right,
you guys know in America, we have an absolute, we have a health crisis, right? But really, we also have a financial crisis. So AdvoCare, we attack those two biggest problems in America. And you know how you get wealthy? It's really simple. You solve problems for people. So we're solving problems for people in the form of weight loss, fitness, health. But here's another major problem. Look at this, you guys. I mean, this is scary. 1 out of 3 Americans have zero saved for retirement. Another 23% have less than $10,000. So when we're not talking about getting rich here, we're not talking about something that's no work. Like, this is a work program. This is about helping people. This is real. But we have real problems that if you partner up with us, we'll teach you and train you how to go help other people. And I have a great story of a couple that just took the bull by the horns and, shifted their whole life and have helped a lot of people. So Jeanette, you want to jump in and share what you guys have been able to do?
Okay. Hi, can you hear me okay?
Yeah.
Yeah, well, thanks for having me on today. Bob and I, in 2004, moved from Seattle over to Tri-Cities, and because he had been laid off from a 14-year job, and I was a nurse, he was in telecommunications, and we just figured we would move over to the other side of the mountains where our family's at, and life would just be fine, and we'd pick up where we left off. But what happened was we bought a house in Tri-Cities. We couldn't sell our house in Seattle. Our daughter, we found out she had scoliosis. We had another son whose teeth were really messed up and needed orthodontics. So in 2 years, we had tapped out in our debt. We had $60,000 in debt. And we were just at that point where we just had no more hours for dollars. There's no more hours. We're trying to work overtime, which is never as much as you think it's going to be, and just really frustrated. So therefore, I was drinking a lot of pop and coffee and candy, chocolate chip cookies in the afternoon. I was gaining some weight. Bob was gaining quite a bit of weight, Mr. Mountain Dew. And we were frustrated with we never saw our 3 kids. It was just like, go to work, come home, put the kids to bed. It was just like this. In our 40s, we thought life would be different. And so my friend Deanne gave me a spark, lit me up. I was so excited, cleaned the whole garage, sang the whole Carrie Underwood CD, had this most amazing energy, gave some to Bob. He stopped drinking his Mountain Dew. He lost 60 pounds in 5 months. And I stopped drinking pop and coffee in a week. Okay, so the products work, period, bar none. Love it. But when she said we could earn income, I was like, well, that'd be great, but I don't really have time. But you know what? It doesn't take another 8 hours a day to build AdvoCare. And so with a little bit of time and a lot of grit, Bob and I started to build this thing on the side. And so with our lunch hours, Thursday nights and Saturday mornings, we dug in, and in our first year, we're earning $1,000 a month. And we were just sharing how excited we were. And so every month we were taking that extra money, putting it on Debt Buster, a program AdvoCare has. And within 4 years, we paid off $62,000 in debt. But within 3 years, I was able to leave my nursing job and get home with my kids, which fired me up. And where we had no Disneyland plan before, we were able to take our kids to Disney World and Disneyland. We've been doing this for 12 years. We've been able to pay for 3 college educations, and sometimes your kids go back to college because they don't like the first college education. So our son is going to college again. Whereas, we would never be able to do this if in the past. Those are the things that kept me awake. How was I going to pay for my daughter's wedding? This kind of thing. And so now, 12 years later, my children are adults. We have a grandchild. We get to have life on our terms. We still work, but we get to work AdvoCare around our family. And we are so excited because we're looking for people who are just like we were, debt, their health is suffering, that have grit, that want more, that are entrepreneurial. And there's no time like the present to build this thing with AdvoCare, because AdvoCare is on fire. And we're excited, and we're planting our flag, and we're moving, and we want to have people join our team. So thank you so much for having me on the call.
All right. That is so good, Jeanette. Actually, we want people to join my team, not your team. No, I'm kidding.
AdvoCare, Team AdvoCare.
Team AdvoCare.
Wayne's team. That's cool.
Yes.
You're in Seattle.
And hopefully you guys see, we're all friends. We like to have fun, and a lot of us are not even connected financially. That's the power of AdvoCare. And I say that because I want to show you guys something powerful right here, because, this is our blueprint. This is how our compensation plan works. And it starts up there in the right corner, which is 30 customers, 30 people that you're getting on the products, that you're helping get product results, that you're getting into their life, and you're really providing a solution for them in the health area, okay? But out of that, you're looking for 3 people that you can start to help build, mentor, and get 30 customers as well. And that's really the power. And if you build out this, we call this our blueprint. If you build this out, for some people, it pays them an extra $3,000 a month. Some people, if they build it out even further, they can pay up to $6,000 a month. And here's the amazing thing is, every 2 weeks, we get paid every 2 weeks. There's always a couple, maybe 5, sometimes 10 new people every 2 weeks, every year, that are reaching this level. So it's kind of like, why not you? And so I'm going to bring on one more story. And I love this story because these guys started right around the same time as I did, but they were young, just starting out in life with kids. And they saw this blueprint and they went to work. So I'm going to bring on my great friend, Shauna Danberg, to share.
So I'm speaking for Shauna. This is Jennifer again. Unfortunately, she got kicked off our webinar. So I just wanted you to see her picture, see her beautiful family, and see that so many people come from so many different walks of life and different careers. And whether you're a stay-at-home mom, whether you're a stonemason, whether you're a cocktail waitress like I was, this opportunity is the same for everyone. It really is. It's are you wanting and are you willing? Is really what it comes down to. And so I just wanted to show Shauna's story here. And Wayne, I'm going to let you share with everybody some next steps. What do they do now? What are some options if they want to move forward? What are the next steps?
Yeah, and I think, one other thing for Shauna and JD that I think is really, I think they were 21 and 22 when they got started. They had one son and maybe 2. I can't remember. It's been 16 years, but that's the amazing thing about this business is it doesn't matter if you had a college degree, you were born in this city, lived here, you had this background, that back. I mean, it's a compensation plan that if you go help people win with the products and with the business, that it doesn't matter if you got a PhD or you got a college degree, any of those things. So, I hope, one thing I really want you guys to understand is this word called leverage. And a lot of you need leverage in your life because, there's only so many hours in the day. And a lot of us, we're stuck. You know, here's the statistics. If, you know, most people, they get maybe a 2 to 3% raise every year at a traditional job, but really inflation is about 5%. You know, the statistics, if anyone that's lived in the Seattle area, you know, the inflation rate, if you tried to buy a house here in the last couple of years, the housing market's gone up 30 to 40%. So how does a family, how do you get ahead with that? Well, you don't just have one job where you're making 3% raises every year, because you're actually going backwards. And so that's where AdvoCare, you know, to just ask yourself some questions here as we're wrapping up is, you know, the number one thing that AdvoCare can be a powerful vehicle for you is, you know, are you debt free? You know, and most of you watching this, you're like, no, because 90% of Americans are not debt free or more. So this initially can be a powerful vehicle for you to be debt free. And then, you know, if you don't have a plan to be, you know, next year, 2020, you're going to be sitting here and you'll be in the exact same place. And that's really for me, when I looked out 5 years down the road, I said, you know, if I don't shift something, if I don't do something different right now, and this could be for you for your health, but also for income wise and your lifestyle, if I don't shift something and do something different right now, I'm going to be in the same place again next year. So that's really some of those questions to ask yourself, and to get back with the person who got you to watch this, because they're going to lead you through, they're going to show you that champion's pathway. They'll help you get on these exact products that, you know, 16 years later, I mean, we have 6 kids and some little babies. And so like every morning I get to wake up and I'm like, oh, freedom. I'm going to go take my Spark, take my M&S. I'm going to feel incredible, because let me tell you, it's a long day raising a bunch of kids, but, you know, we get to do it by choice. We love it, but we have the fuel to do it. And so get back with the person who got you on tonight. They're going to take great care of you, and we'll end it there. So have a great day. God bless.